Or Destiny update video.
Uh-oh.
Which, does anyone care? Like, bro, you did that.
Does anyone care? Oh, they're so happy. Oh my god. All the guys in the cuck chairs finally have somebody that they can laugh with Ethan about again because they've been too much of a spineless coward to say anything about their actual cum source Hassan for the past year while Ethan's been going with it on stream. Oh, how cute. I'm so happy that they all have something to bond over now. I will be your shared enemy that you hate. That's fine. I hope that rabid DGGers don't hack their accounts again like what was it? That Star Killer, the AB guy, when he was caught posting in a snark in the snark subreddit, and then he was like, I think it wasn't actually me, it was a DGGer hacked my account. What the f? None of us even knew who the f this guy was. What? I still don't even know half the crew on this show. I only know this guy's Dan because I have a Dan, and they're both called Dan.
Like arguing the semantics of like, actually, it's called a hebelophile. It means I just want to teenagers, not children.
Who's even arguing any of this? You called me a pedophile, and now you're saying that if you f*** a 19-year-old, it's the same thing. There's a difference between a pedophile kids, okay? Something that your country, Israel, is notoriously known for giving cover for. Pro-Palestine, I need an Arabic, a Shaheed or Rahid or whatever it's called, song button on my soundboard, okay?
Like, is that really the conversation we're going to be having here with Destiny?
Who's having the conversation? Just don't accuse me of shit that you have no idea about. How hard is that? How hard is that? Like, I like all these others, like, why do we even have to talk about it? Why don't even, like, bro, you're the one who's reading down my fucking Kiwi Farms thread on your fucking show. What the fuck?
Actually, I didn't have 60 gigs of child, only one picture. I actually only had one video of child. Actually, I don't know if you know this.
Save it for the video.
I don't feel like making it.
This is
It's
good
so
material.
fucking dumb.
Okay, good guy.
What, like, who's forcing you? Who's the person who is forcing this guy to make videos about me? There's got to be like some super controller of all the people behind the scenes. And I just need to get connected to that guy. Like, who's controlling Hassan? Who's controlling Ethan? Who's controlling everybody to hate me? It's a deep state conspiracy. Ugh. Bring up his Boston bombing vid? Why? What happened? Did he... Also, yeah, history alert. Ethan is the product of a ebibibophile relationship, okay? Because his dad was 21 and his mom was 16 when they met. That's confirmed. Just saying.
I'm happy to go home.
I know Willie Mack is making an update where he's... Did he post? I don't know. He's making an update video.
Check it out.
He's going to lay it all out.
If Destiny was my roommate, I get him late all the time.
Exactly. Actually, this text message was with somebody else. I've only spoke inappropriately with other teenagers 3 or 4 times, not this one in particular.
That person was in there, that person was like 26 years old. What? Also, can we just say how incredibly fucking weird and creepy? If he thought, just think about how weird and creepy it is. If he thought that these were fucking child porn texts back and forth, why the fuck is he reading it off on stream? Are you fucking crazy? Like, if you legitimately think that these are inappropriate conversations between an adult and a minor, why are you gooning to the material on your fucking stream? That's so fucking weird. What the fuck?
Bro, you're fucking cooked. You're a creep. You are a sexually deviant fucking creep with a clear, persistent pattern of trying to fuck, flirt with, sex with, fantasize.
Pattern? All of my major dramas are with older women, even. How old was Lav? Or was Lav 15? I don't know. Fuck, maybe everybody lies by their birthday. Anne of War was fucking my age, right? Like, minus 2 years. Was she lying about her age? Who are all of these? What the fuck?
It's about minors. Just admit that you're and people defending Destiny, just admit that you're cool with that. You can keep watching Destiny, you can keep being a fan, but we don't need to argue the semantics, you know, of it. Just admit that he's a creep and that he wants to fuck teenagers.
If you want to call me a creep, okay, then fine. I don't give a fuck. Call me a creep. I don't give a fuck. Why would I care? Okay? You can't even make it through 4 words without, I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Fuck this guy. If you don't call me creep, that's fine. But there's a huge difference between creep versus predator pedophile. Like, you have to understand. There's a big difference between these two things, all right?
Not like weird, not like weird, like almost like they've gone through puberty, teenagers. 16, 17. He just wants to fuck 16, 17-year-olds. It's not pedophilia, technically.
What the fuck? What?
Technically, It's only.
Wait, where are all of these other girls and people coming from? 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds. What are we talking about? Does he have like a fan fiction that he's writing in his mind of me?
Only pedophilia if they haven't hit puberty. I actually want to fuck women, or I actually want to fuck little girls who have hit puberty but are still under the age of consent. That's my preference.
I would have more respect for the defenders if they were just like, yeah, I'm cool with it.
Okay, someone said, Ethan, you shouldn't exaggerate the destiny claims. Okay.
Well, yeah, of course, but that's because you support 9-year-olds getting fucked, right? Isn't he Muslim or whatever? So your opinion is obviously not very relevant here. Thank you, dipshit.
You shouldn't exaggerate the destiny claims. Okay, so I'm making this video.
Old and horrifying video of H3H. I don't want to do this. Do I care?
Hey guys, here, watch your hands, because you're gonna get cut up on this one here, guys. You can scar me. This girl over 2,000 reflex.
Jesus Christ! I don't even know what this is. I don't care. Stop. What? Stop. Wait. What is the context for that? Watch it, please. No. Okay, hold on. What else is going on? He's gonna play your greatest hits in his new video. It's just gonna be a reposting of all the, I'm guessing from Ryan Beard's video or whatever. Did you see the video Abba did covering the drama? I did. It was fair. I had to pay him like $50,000 for that video though. But I don't even know if I like, because I don't even know if Abba is defending me in that video or if Abba just hates Ethan a ton. So he's just like aggressive with Ethan. Like, I feel like everybody that makes videos and talks about any subject matter in this entire community of online people, it's really just a matter of like, how much do they hate the people that they're talking about? And then everything else becomes like secondary to that. $26 hours? Not ending stream until I fill up a bathtub using a teaspoon. Content. Why orange? Why is he using an orange substance? This is how Mr. Beast started? Is that true?
When you don't, but I think sometimes like when you don't say something and you have like all these people like picking at you and like,
I swear to God, every single person on the planet was using SM7Bs, and I wanted to be a special snowflake, and so I'm using this Re20. Now I feel like every motherfucker is using this microphone. Why? Well, I need another special snowflake microphone. One of those Neumann ones. I'm gonna do that next. That's what I'm doing. Fuck it. Fuck these people. I'm ordering one of these tonight. Is it Newman? Whatever the fuck these are. They all stole your headphones back in the day too? True. And my keyboards.
Thinking you're doing all this stuff that you're not doing. Like, I'm just a human too. And I really did try a lot to push down from getting like
Don't get the Newman mic. That's the one Hassan uses now? Wait, what?
a lot of hate. And all that, you know.
Okay. Think he's still talking about Israel? Or Jews? Oh.
I think this might be the.
Wait, he found the only guy on the planet with a smaller head to body ratio than he has. Wait, what the fuck? Why?
This is just the tacos.
Oh, more food! Eating!
Oh, this is the.
This guy from Gaza? No wonder they're all starving over there. This dude's eating all the fucking food. What the fuck?
Yeah, side. I wanted you to try it.
Okay. Oh, I'm getting hungry, guys. I'm getting hungry.
I just got myself.
I'm getting hungry.
Wait, that just looks like a normal SM7B. Are you saying he has a special mic? Bro, the fucking clip of him eating next to the starving fucking children. That's just a crazy clip. That's just so crazy. Oh my god. New musics! 3 minutes. Where's the album at? Piece of shit. Okay. Destiny, I'm a producer. Neumanns have insane response pattern. I have a TLM 103, and the room noise makes it unusable without an ISO booth. Do they not have any that are like super directional or whatever? Switching from iPhone to Android. Uh-oh.
Hey, did you see the new Google event? The Pixel 10 Pros? They look pretty good, right? Yeah, I was watching that. Look pretty sweet. Nice design, nice cameras, bunch of really interesting AI features. I'm a fan. So you finally gonna get one? Eh, probably not. But you were just saying how good they are. So. Yeah, but I'm so used to the iPhone. I just don't want to switch. Like I'm used to what I got, and I'll be fine. You know. Okay, I feel like you do this every time. What's it gonna take for you to actually switch? I just don't want to switch. Like I get that the phones are great, and I can appreciate them. I'm just used to this, I guess. All right, name one reason why you couldn't switch to the Pixel right now. Okay, Face ID. It's really convenient. The Pixel has Face Unlock. Okay. Well, I can't get rid of my my wireless earbuds. You mean like Pixel Buds? MagSafe. They just added that to Pixel 10s. Widgets. Did I mention widgets? Okay, you're not gonna believe this. Oh, right. Apple Intelligence. Okay, see, now I think you're joking. I love the number 48, and so I just need to have a 48 megapixel main camera. That's the main thing. So see, I feel like you're sort of reaching, but these also have 48 megapixel cameras. So I just don't feel like it. It's valid.
I don't want to be racist, but these two guys look exactly the same. They're not even remotely similar looking.
2 years ago in the US, there was a survey that found that only 35% of people would be willing to switch their phone carrier to get a better deal, which might not sound that crazy, but then you think about it, that means that 65% of people, even if it meant they'd spent less money, still wouldn't switch phone carriers. So that is an example of an industry with a tremendously high perceived switching cost. Like switching carriers, most people believe is too much of a hassle, too much time and effort to actually go through with it, even if it would save them a bit of money. And so that allows carriers to get away with a little bit more because people are just not willing to switch. So anyway, the reason I bring up switching cost is I was watching this Google event this week, this spectacle event. And you know, besides it being a little cringy and
What is this?
backstab stream. But then the question is whether or not you can retain those people, right? And so in my opinion, Vosh was able to do the backstab clout and succeed. Hassan was able to do the backstab clout. Max Carson was able to do so. And so there's always this thing in the background where Steven can never really trust me. But the question is whether or not you're truly Steven's friend.
Hold on. I don't know why you throw those all into the same bucket. It seems pretty obvious to me that Max found some actual malfeasance on Destiny's part, had actual real criticisms, actual real problems, and he just stuck to his morals. I don't know why it's the backstab club incentive. I think it's pretty obvious to say that Max could have just looked the other way and had way more incentive. There's way more incentive to not backstab Steven in that scenario. Can we talk about that? The incentive to suck this guy's cock? Can we add the third option here, which is the second option, which is the cock-sucking clout incentive for Connor? And that incentive becomes even larger as the malfeasance on Destiny's part grows, okay?
And they'll take out the backstab stream.
Why? Okay. True. Max did uncover the secret, crazy manipulator paradigm. Yes.
Clearly not designed to speak to me at all. I do think it was really interesting how much they directly addressed switching. So, okay, this was an event featuring Jimmy Fallon and the Jonas Brothers and a bunch of other celebrity guests like Peloton instructors and pro athletes. So they were talking to the massive general audience that is normies in the US. And what do normies in the US use? iPhones. So this is a theme that came up several times during the event, sometimes directly, sometimes indirectly, but it all drew attention to the fact that these smartphone companies are trying to make it as easy as possible to switch to them and make it as hard as possible to switch away from them. Take the new Pixel Journal app, for example. Google just announced the Pixel 10s, and one of the new pre-installed apps on these phones is an AI-assisted journaling app. To a lot of people, this looks like a basic copycat of that iPhone journal app that they just announced 2 years ago. And I wouldn't blame you for thinking that, but the other real motivation behind making an app like this is switching costs. See, Apple's gonna make a journal app, and they're hoping it's good enough that people start to use it, and a lot of people really like it, and some fraction of people love it so much that they would actually refuse to use a different phone. They would refuse to switch from an iPhone if they couldn't get that anywhere else. So when Google comes along and makes their journaling app for the Pixel, they're very directly offering an equivalent experience on the other side of the fence. So now someone who really likes journaling no longer has a reason why they couldn't switch. It turns out a very direct response to your competitor adding a feature or something that potentially creates some extra lock-in is to just do the same thing on your side of the fence in your own system. And the more of this event that you watch with this in mind, the more of it you very clearly see. Like you can think of Pixel Snap the same way, which is them adding these Qi 2 wireless chargers and magnets into the back of all their Pixel 10 phones. And I always thought that this would be in more phones. Like I always was shocked that there weren't more phones with Qi 2, especially because when you listen to iPhone people talk about MagSafe, they love it. Like people almost refuse to buy phones that don't have MagSafe now. See the comments of the iPhone 16e review. But there are some small limitations of the official Qi 2 support. The big one really was that it doesn't support the fastest.
Who cares? I don't even care that much about this. Like it's kind of nice, I guess, for charging my phone, but I don't think I would ever make a decision about a phone just based on whether or not you would like have a mag charger. I don't know. I just super don't give a fuck.
Charging speeds. So it's 15 to 25 watts with the latest edition. Not disastrously slow, but it does make sense why some of the other manufacturers like Oppo or OnePlus or Huawei wouldn't adopt it. They'd rather.
What phone do you have now? I think it's a 1 generation old iPhone. I gave my Pixel to Nathan. I used to do 2 phones and then I stopped because I just got captured by the iPhone ecosystem. I needed the problem with the iPhone shit is just they have like the fucking best in class peripherals or whatever. That was the biggest thing. Although I think you can use the you can use AirPods or whatever with an Android phone now. But the AirPod things are so good. The first Pixel Bug just kind of sucked. They just weren't that good. I don't know. Maybe they've gotten a lot better now, but. You can, but they lack features. I don't think so. I think you can just download an app now, or you can just like if you know all the commands on the fucking AirPods. I think you have at least all the big features or whatever than you used to, or that you could access on an iPhone.
Rather continue developing and leaning on their SuperVoot and dash charging, which is super fast. It's one of their selling points with like 80.
Best UI and operation system Destiny. You know, I don't actually buy that at all. Maybe that was true for Macs or whatever, but I have apps and shit crash on my iPhone all the time. Like, or not all the time, but it's not like I ever feel like, oh my God, since I'm using my iPhone, everything works perfectly, nothing crashes ever. Like I still have shit like that.
They'd rather continue developing and leaning on their SuperVoot and dash charging, which is super fast. It's one of their selling points with like 80, 100-watt wireless charging. Great. Here with the Pixel, though, it actually makes perfect sense because they've never had the biggest numbers or the fastest charging speeds. The Pixel 9 only charged, I think, 12 watts on a Qi charger. So 15 to 25 is a big upgrade, actually, for wireless charging speeds. And now you get these magnets. You essentially added
25-watt wireless charging now? Is that true? Jesus. You kids are spoiled. Back in my day, USB A-type was like... What was it? It's like 6 watts? It's really low. It sucked. It was horrible.
MagSafe to your phones with no downside. And yes, they have done more work with the array and the strength of the magnets and making their own accessories that attach really firmly to the back of the phone, so all the extra work is sick. But if you zoom out enough...
Yeah, 7.5 watts, although you can get like an extra fast, like 15-watt charger for the USB-A cables, like, ugh.
The magnets and making their own accessories that attach really firmly to the back of the phone, so all the extra work is sick. But if you zoom out enough, MagSafe was a reason people would resist switching from an iPhone to a Pixel, and now it's not. So many of the times that it looks like these companies are just copying each other, yeah, you gotta keep in mind that minimizing switching costs is a huge motivator to a lot of this stuff. They used to be in a battle for new customers, but there's just so much less of that now. Like, most of the world already has a smartphone. So the real battle now is actually two things. It's kids and people getting their first smartphone, because once you get your first smartphone, you're likely to stick with that for a long time. And then switchers. Now, the last thing is you can't talk about switching costs in the US and normies in the US without talking about the biggest obstacle that Apple has set up, which is iMessage lock-in. I've talked about this before, and like every time I bring it up, a lot of you guys who are not in the US are like, it seems like the dumbest thing ever, because that pressure...
Everybody uses WhatsApp in Europe or whatever bullshit. Didn't they make a law recently that said Apple's not allowed to do that text message shit anymore, and now Android is allowed to have the green or blue bubbles or whatever the fuck?
Does not exist outside of this place, but here, blue bubble pressure is so real. But Google did specifically try to talk about this in their event.
OnePlus 13 is by far the best Android phone right now. I haven't looked at any Android phones in a long time. The only reason I got the Pixel, whatever I get, it has to be a stock Android shit. Dude, opening the fucking Samsung phones and having like 3 different calendar apps. It's like, oh, this is the Google Calendar app, and oh, this is like your carrier's calendar app, and oh, this is like the Samsung Plus calendar app, which is actually just like a wrapper around the Google calendar. It's like, I'd rather kill myself. Fuck that.
But here, blue bubble pressure is so real. But Google did specifically try to talk about this in their event too, and this is how they decided to tackle it.
So we realize the idea of switching your phone brand can seem scary. It can even maybe be a little bit daunting. And so we've talked about and have tackled the top 2 concerns that people have when it comes to switching.
So we can stop talking about the green text versus the blue text?
Yes, yes. And first of all, I'm going to say, personally, the green-blue bubble battle is silly, and it's tired, and at Google, we're done with that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't there, so I can't confirm this, but Andrew Edwards did say that they were showing applause signs to the audience who were there in person. Look, obviously, if it was up to Apple, they never would have adopted RCS, and they would love to keep their features as exclusive as possible in their little bubble, and then if you want to switch, you're leaving all these features behind. But now that Google's poking holes in that with interoperability and RCS, it's a little bit less of a bubble. I did make an entire video on blue bubbles versus green bubbles and that whole dynamic, so if you want to watch that, I'll link it right here or down below the like button. But don't think Apple's never tried this stuff either. Apple would love to entice Android users to come to their side of the fence. From the Move to iOS app that they built and put in the Play Store, to the ad campaigns that they've run over the years, the newest Apple Intelligence feature that looks and acts a lot like that hit circle to search feature on Android, all of this stuff runs both ways. It's all in the name of competition. Something to think about. Anyway, stay tuned for the full Pixel 10 series phone reviews. And also the iPhones are right around the corner. It's about to be Techtember. There's a lot of interesting stuff in the pipeline. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Catch you very soon in the next one.
Okay.
And now that we would like to find out, of course, who is our winner.
XQC. Oh my god!
What? They opened my boxes!
Drums! Terrors! Then I'll still put. I hear myself, I'm like this. Oh.
How is he so dumb? How does that not hit?
Wires, sound pads, speakers!
Congratulations to XQC, former Overwatch pro, over 12 million Twitch followers, has a peak viewership of over
300,000 is this show? What even is this?
in the last 10 years. One of the most prominent streamers, having had a strong viewership over the decade. The esports world.
Saudi slop. Oh, so we're anti-Saudi now? Bit out of pocket, bro.
Can't put you in the Euros like the Jason. Your ex can't buy you a Birkin like the Jason the Ween nigga. Your ex can't put you in the Euros like the Jason the Ween nigga. Now you wanna cry? Yo, chat. Why women never cry while they doing what they doing? They crying after. You wasn't crying while texting him. Oh my God, I got Jason the Weed. You got me a 20K chrome necklace. Why am I texting my ex? You wasn't crying then. Why you crying? Yo, save the tears, gang. Save them. You know.
Wait, so was she like cheating with her ex, or was she? What was happening? What were they talking about? What happened? Probably no. No one knows. Shrug. I just hate women. Just texting. Who knows? Destiny. Open Discord on stream. Her ex was above Jason in DMs. There are recent messages. Okay. Uh-oh.
The cost of buying a home in the United States has increased sharply in recent years. While prices have gone up, the more dramatic shift in affordability has come from mortgage rates. This change has created a wealth divide between homeowners who locked in low rates in 2020 and 2021 and those entering the market today. Even a seemingly small increase in mortgage rates can sharply hike mortgage payments.
Jesus Christ. American urban policy, worse than a nuclear bomb. Population over time, St. Louis and Hiroshima. Jesus fuck. My God. Chill.
On a $400,000 loan, a jump from 3% to 7% increases the monthly payment from $1,686
to, what do you think? I'm going to guess $2,500
to $2,661.
Close enough.
Buyers today not only have to finance $90,000 more on average than those who bought 5 years ago, but they have to do it at more than twice the interest rate. The result is a wealth divide between those with low interest rate mortgages locked in for decades and those who bought more recently at higher prices and higher interest rates. According to Redfin, Americans have started staying in their homes much longer than ever before, with many staying put because it makes no financial sense to trade their low-rate mortgage for a much more expensive one, which would happen if they moved house. We've seen bad consumer sentiment surveys for roughly 2 years now, with fears of unemployment.
I wonder if it should be illegal to refinance. There's no way you could enforce... No, you could enforce that really easily. I feel like it creates... the ability to refinance just creates such sticky mortgage markets because so many people after COVID refinanced into super ultra low mortgage rates. Like I'm pretty sure the highest proportion of Americans in all of mortgage history have like sub 5% or sub 4.5% mortgages right now. How do you compete in that environment when rates start going back up? It just seems... yeah, that just seems like a brutal circumstance to be in.
And inflation expectations at levels last seen during the global financial crisis, meaning that Americans are quite worried about their financial futures. Household debt hit a record high this year, but despite all of this gloom, the American consumer appears to keep on spending.
Yes.
Home Depot reported a 5% rise in net sales this quarter, even as the number of transactions fell to an 8-year low. It would seem that economic anxiety is best treated with a trip to Home Depot and a new patio set. Walmart warned about inflation this week, but still raised its sales guidance for the year. American Express noted on an earnings call that our card members may say that they don't have any confidence in the economy, but they still continue to spend. If home buyers and borrowers are feeling squeezed, consumers are worried about inflation, and job losses and delinquencies on car loans and student debt are rising, why are Americans still spending? One factor is this divide in housing costs, where homeowners in identical properties with similar incomes who bought maybe just a year apart from each other might have dramatically different payments. A real estate agent that I spoke with last year described buyers stretching to afford payments, banking on future rate cuts to refinance. It's the financial equivalent of buying a yacht and hoping that the marina fees go down over time. It's quite worrying if the expectation that 30-year rates will definitely come down has become part of buyers' expectations. Another reason that consumer spending...
Yeah, like what... Are interest rates even high historically? Like, what is the average over the last 50 years, like the average rate for a home? Let's see, average mortgage rate historically, United States, 30-year fixed. Since the 1970s, the 30-year fixed mortgage rate has averaged around 7.71%. So that's prime plus, that's like federal funds rate plus whatever, right? A record low of 2.65% in 2021. God damn! Recent averages in 2025 have hovered near 6.8 to 7%, but can change daily. So we're not even at our average right now, and people are like, you absolutely cannot buy a home right now because the rates are horrible. The rates are fucked. It's an impossible, right here. This is where we're at right now. It's impossible. Don't ever buy a house right now. It's fucked. You'll never survive. Meanwhile, Jesus.
Has been so strong in the United States, despite the higher interest rates, is that the unemployment rate is very low today, and it has been very low for a few years now. On top of that, asset prices are high, meaning that savers and investors have been seeing their wealth grow. 65% of Americans own homes, and 40% of American homeowners own their homes outright. So a big chunk of American homeowners don't have to worry about interest rates at all. There was a huge boom in mortgage refinancings when interest rates were low.
Oh, this is what I was talking about. Yeah, the refinances under like 2021. It's so many people have cheap fucking mortgages now. It's crazy.
That period, most existing homeowners who had mortgages refinanced and will be enjoying low financing costs for decades to come. If we make the reasonable assumption that long-term homeowners' incomes have been growing at the average rate of income growth in the United States, they will be spending less than 9% of their income on housing. On the other hand, those who bought in the last 3 years find themselves spending about a quarter of their income on their mortgage payment. So not only do we have the haves and have-nots of renters versus homeowners, we also have the haves and have-nots of those with low versus high interest rate mortgages. The cost of housing is only part of the story. Let's look at how the mortgage divide is influencing consumer behavior, why regional housing markets are diverging, and how the lock-in effect is reshaping migration patterns in the United States. We'll also explore how inequality among millennials is widening, sometimes more dramatically than the gap between millennials and boomers.
Homeowner is too much of a mouthful. I vote we call them homos. Paste.
And examine the strategies homeowners are using to think about their mortgages, not just as debt, but as financial instruments. Before we dig into that, let me tell you about this week's video sponsor, Delete Me. Delete Me is a subscription service that removes your personal information from hundreds of data broker websites where it's being sold online. Data brokers are businesses that collect huge amounts of personally identifiable information on individuals and package it all together to sell profiles or listings with your personal data. These profiles can include things like social security numbers, birthdays, past and recent addresses, information about your relatives, and much more. It's being sold online as cheaply as a penny per record. This information can be useful to scammers, stalkers, and identity thieves. You have the legal right to protect your privacy by asking data brokers to delete your data. But unfortunately, there are hundreds of data brokers, and they make it incredibly tedious to get off their lists. It could take forever to get this done on your own. I use Delete Me to reach out to the hundreds of data brokers on my behalf to request a deletion of my personal data and to deal with any objections. I got a full report back showing me where my data was removed from. With a yearly subscription, Delete Me keeps track of the data brokers to make sure that they don't re-add your data to their lists. Remove your personal information from the web using the QR code or the link in the description, and use the code BOIL for 20% off. The consumer balance sheet in the United States presents a bit of a mixed picture. On the surface, debt service ratios are quite low, and spending is strong. But when you dig a bit deeper, some signs of strain are starting to show. Delinquencies in subprime auto loans have been rising steadily over the last 3 years, reaching a 15-year high this year. As of January, 6.6% of subprime borrowers were at least 60 days past due. This is the highest rate since Fitch began tracking that data in 1994. Unsecured credit card delinquencies have been rising too, with the sharpest increases among cards issued between 2021 and 2023. The financial pressure is concentrated amongst recent borrowers and lower-income households whose balance sheets are more exposed to rate hikes and inflation. On top of this, consumer spending has been distorted this year as consumers rushed out to buy durable goods before tariff price increases hit. According to Morgan Stanley, a lot of the growth in consumer spending in the first quarter likely reflected hasty buying ahead of expected inflation, especially amongst higher income households. McKinsey's survey found that 91% of consumers were aware that tariffs were coming, and many adjusted their spending habits, buying goods before price hikes hit store shelves. One of the more interesting effects of the spike in mortgage rates, however, has been how they're influencing geographic mobility within the United States. Homeowners with low interest rate mortgages are extremely reluctant to move, even for better job opportunities. This behavior is reshaping migration patterns and contributing to regional imbalances in housing supply and demand. The migration from northern states to the Sun Belt, which started long before the pandemic, has been disrupted by higher interest rates.
Somebody said, can you refinance a 20-year rate in the U.S.? In Canada, the lowest rate is only available for a 5-year contract. Everyone that renegotiated in 2021 has been hit with a shock this year. In the U.S., I think the vast majority of mortgages, I think like 80% plus, are 30-year fixed mortgages. I think in Canada, the average, the variable rates are way more, or the adjustable rates are more common in Canada, aren't they?
Rates and the lock-in effect, leaving colder regions, in particular in the Northeast, with unusually tight inventories of homes available for sale. Meanwhile, Florida and Texas, the states people rushed to during the pandemic, are seeing some of the steepest inventory increases in the country, with several metro areas showing year-over-year price declines.
3 and 5-year fixed is most common? Wait, where? In Canada? 3-year fixed rate mortgage?
While homeowners as a group have seen their balance sheets improve as rates have gone up, renters have absorbed the full brunt of the housing inflation.
Average mortgage terms, Canada? The most common mortgage term is 5 years, although shorter term mortgages are prevalent. The amortization period for a new mortgage is often 25. It can be about 30. 5 years, Jesus. Wait, is this... No, wait, so it's like a 20 or 30-year mortgage, but they just every 5 years they renegotiate them? Or you get new terms every 5 years? Oh, okay, never mind. All right, I thought you guys were paying off all of your houses in like 3 to 5 years. Jesus. Interesting.
And not just in the United States. Across advanced economies, rents have been rising at their fastest sustained pace in decades, around 5% annually. According to the Federal Reserve, median monthly rents in the United States jumped 10% in 2023, contributing to a surge in homelessness and widening the gap between renters and owners. According to The Economist, in recent years, American homeowners increased their spending on things like hobbies and eating out by 25% in nominal terms, while renters increased their leisure spending by only 16%.
Fucking mortgageoids.
One of the biggest problems affecting affordability in the United States,
we need to rise up, guys,
is that America's housing market has been stuck in a supply shortfall for years. U.S. home builders added 1.4 million new homes in 2023, which was the highest number since 2007. But that was not enough to serve the 1.8 million new households formed that year. Builders in the United States have been struggling with rising material costs, labor shortages, and zoning restrictions that slow progress and inflate house prices. The new tariffs can be expected to push construction material prices even higher, and anti-immigration policies will reduce the number of skilled construction workers in the country, as when we look at the different sectors of the US economy, the sector with the highest percentage of foreign-born workers is construction. Now, on the other hand, Trump has promised to open up tracts of federal land for housing construction and to speed up permitting. In the wake of the Liberation Day celebrations in April, single-family home starts fell 12% compared to a year earlier. This sudden drop was driven by home builders' nervousness over tariff volatility. As if they bought supplies when tariffs were high, only to see them fall later, they would find themselves building homes with a higher cost basis than their competitors. There's been a lot of talk in recent years about institutional purchases of homes and how that's pricing out new buyers. According to the National Rental Home Council, large investors made 0.74% of single-family home purchases in 2021, meaning that someone other than a large investor purchased 99.26% of single-family homes. According to data from Redfin, real estate investors have been cutting their purchases as higher interest rates aid into potential profits. Despite the frequently cited negative effects of investor purchases of homes, research shows that large institutional investors typically buy homes in need of repair and upgrade them to rent them out. The homes bought by investors are not left unoccupied.
The true enemy are the boomers, guys. It's always the boomers. It's always the boomers.
So while they reduce the number of owner-occupied homes in a neighborhood, they increase the supply of homes available to renters who might otherwise not be able to afford to live in predominantly owner-occupied neighborhoods. Overall, the effects of investors on the housing market are mixed. According to Redfin data, while large corporate buyers have pulled back from real estate investments, smaller firms and individual investors are still active buyers, particularly in the southeast and southwest. They say that these investors have a preference for investing in low-priced homes and condos, with starter homes making up 40% of investor purchases. One of the big trends in the housing market, which is frequently discussed, is the fact that 1 out of 3 homes in the United States is owned by people over the age of 65. The percentage of retiree
boomers
homeowners had stayed flat for decades, but began to surge starting in 2012. This group are particularly concentrated as a percentage of homeowners in the Northeast, where their tendency to age in place rather than to move to retirement communities has grown over time. This concentration of ownership amongst older generations has deepened the generational wealth divide, but increasingly the sharper fault line is within generations themselves. As John Byrne Murdoch explained in the Financial Times, while the average millennial in the United States had 30% less wealth than the average boomer by the age of 35, the wealthiest 10% of millennials are now 20% richer than the wealthiest 10% of boomers were at the same age.
Those goddamn computer engineers. It's the programmers, the guys that always cry about the fucking mass firings and layoffs.
In the UK, the top decile of 30-somethings holds £300,000 in property wealth, nearly triple that of the wealthiest boomers at the same age. Much of this advantage is inherited. 36% of young American homeowners received family financial help to buy their first home. And among UK recipients, the top 10% received £170,000 compared to an average gift of £25,000.
Jesus.
These transfers compound over time. A larger deposit not only lowers monthly payments, but also reduces total interest paid, doubling the value of the original gift. As Byrne Murdoch notes, home ownership in the US is becoming increasingly hereditary, just as it is in Britain. The result is a growing divide between millennials with access to capital and those without, one that is increasingly visible and increasingly bitter. A home is often the largest investment that a household will make, and the mortgage used to finance it becomes the most consequential financial product in a person's portfolio. Fixed-rate mortgages resemble bonds. Their value shifts when interest rates change, even though the repayment schedule remains constant. Floating-rate mortgages behave more like corporate loans, adjusting in real time and maintaining a stable present value. These structures influence the composition of a household's broader financial portfolio. As The Economist noted in a recent article, a homeowner with a fixed-rate mortgage worth 20% of their savings and a classic 60-40 stock bond allocation is effectively holding a 60-20 portfolio. The mortgage offsets their bond exposure. For first-time buyers with little savings, the leverage effect is even more pronounced. Their portfolios resemble those of hedge funds, heavily leveraged, long equities, and structurally short fixed-income securities. The decision to repay early, then, hinges on opportunity cost. Historically, investing spare cash in equities has outperformed early repayment. A $1,000 repayment in 2005 would have saved $1,800 in interest. The same amount invested in a global index fund yielded $6,500.
Damn.
With interest rates elevated and equity valuations high, the balance between risk and return is shifting. The Economist argues that households should think of their mortgage as an important part of their investment portfolio, rather than just thinking of their home as an investment. In most parts of the world, 30-year fixed-rate mortgages are extremely rare or entirely unavailable. British and European borrowers can usually only fix their mortgage rate for 2 or 5 years, exposing them to frequent refinancing risk and rate shocks. The expiration of ultra-low rates in Europe has already triggered a wave of rising mortgage bills. In China, the structure is different again. Home ownership surged through state-led reforms in the 1990s, but the Chinese real estate market is now burdened by debt distress, unfinished developments, and falling prices. The Chinese model concentrated household wealth in real estate, often bought with massive leverage, and this is now undergoing a painful unwinding. These contrasts reveal how deeply mortgage design influences broader financial behavior, wealth distribution, and economic resilience. America's long-term fixed-rate mortgage offers stability, but also creates lock-in effects when interest rates rise and can amplify inequality based on when a homeowner financed their purchase. State-led housing booms can accelerate wealth accumulation to begin with, but also concentrate risk. The design of mortgage systems, to a certain extent, reflects national priorities and determines how households build, preserve, or lose wealth. Market chatter around Federal Reserve rate cuts has intensified, but the structure of the U.S. mortgage market limits how much relief homebuyers can expect. Most 30-year mortgage rates are tied to long-term Treasury yields, which respond to inflation expectations and investor sentiment, not directly to short-term Fed moves. Even as the Fed signals caution, mortgage rates remain near 6.75%, and Redfin economists expect them to stay in that range through year-end. Meanwhile, the housing market is shifting. There are now roughly 500,000 more sellers than buyers, and pending sales are down, but prices have not meaningfully declined. Sellers are adjusting slowly, with asking prices rising 2.2% year over year, the smallest increase in nearly 2 years, but still an increase. Buyers appear to hold more leverage, and many remain hesitant, backing out of deals.
A buyer's market for home, guys. For homes.
Waiting for
Oh
deeper
boy.
price cuts that may not materialize. This imbalance reflects deeper structural forces. Inflation remains sticky, especially in the US, where fiscal expansion and tariff policies continue to push up costs. Mortgage-backed securities, most of which are government guaranteed, anchor the system, but also tie it to broader macroeconomic risks. The result is a housing market caught between policy expectations and financial reality. For future buyers, the promise of lower rates may not translate into affordability. For policymakers, the challenge lies in aligning monetary tools with the realities of housing finance. If you found this video interesting, you should watch my video on America's shopping addiction next. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, Delete Me, using the link in the description. Have a great day, and talk to you in the next video. Bye.
Thanks, Patrick. A veteran arrested outside White House for burning an American flag. Wait, really?
My name's Jay Carey. I'm a retired disabled combat veteran, serving over 20 years in the United States Army. I fought for every single one of your rights to express yourself in however you feel that you may want to express yourself. There's a First Amendment right to burn the American flag. The Archdeacon in that house right there signed an executive order today saying that it was illegal to burn the American flag. No
Not the Palestine flag.
a law, period. No Congress shall make a law infringing on First Amendment rights. I'm burning this flag as a protest to that illegal fascist president that sits in that house.
Wow. Fucking epic.
One of you American citizens, we burn this flag in protest to that president who feels that it's his right to do whatever he wants, make whatever law.
Okay, wait, but real question, okay? Are you allowed to just like set stuff on fire in public? Isn't that like illegal? There's no way you could just do that, right?
he wants, regardless if it's legal or illegal. Go away. Go away. Go the fuck away from me.
Why is this guy carrying around dolls? What the fuck is happening?
Fuck you. What the fuck? Once again, my name is Jay Carey. I am a 20-year combat veteran, having served in the United States Army. It is our First Amendment right to burn this flag, regardless of what the president says. Yeah, that's what I thought. Nobody will enforce those illegal laws that president tried to make.
Was he expecting like a drone to come out and assassinate him or what? Okay. Oh, they got him.
The violation of his First Amendment right. Yep, I'm being detained because I expressed.
Wait. Tell me this cop in the back. Just a little bit. Yeah? This one right here? You don't think so?
Express my First Amendment right to burn the United States flag in public, not causing harm or causing any danger to any citizens or personnel in the area. That's okay.
Fuck you guys.
So we get when we have a fascist. Right here. You're the ones with firearms, not us. No. It's okay. It's okay. I accept this. I figured this was going to happen. Hey, this is an illegal arrest. This is an illegal search. Nothing worse than our brothers and sisters, immigrants are receiving. Probably a lot better. I'm being treated very well. Not surprising seeing as I'm a middle-aged white man. He just took his phone.
Ooh, we're getting a little... Ooh, okay, okay. Oh.
Jan. Yeah, I know it's... What? That's right. Why is he being arrested, sir? Why is he being arrested?
Is that our money being spent? Was that the DC guard? Is that doing work out there?
Why is he being arrested?
Thank God we have these guys keeping the streets safe. Yes.
Why is he detained? Can you answer that? Scared to answer it? Why is he being detained?
Being detained because I expressed my First Amendment right in a public area, not causing any danger, causing no danger to anybody.
Why is he
Simply expressing my rights as a U.S. citizen and a retired disabled combat veteran who served his country faithfully for over 20 years.
Can anyone please answer me why is he being detained? Please? He's earned the right to his First Amendment. He's earned that right. Why is he being detained?
Do we know that, or?
Lackeys do not believe in the First Amendment right. You simply burn a flag within what, a 2-foot circle on brick, and you get detained. They can't tell you why you're detained. Broke the law. What is your name? We're gonna walk down the street. Jake, keep on remembering your oath. Yeah, remember your oath. Active and prior military. Your oath does not expire. Will defend and take the Constitution with all enemies. Stand with ethics.
Okay. Based. Wait, is this like a famous symbol for old shit? I see the Bulwarks logo. Is this the same logo that the Pirate Bay used? Am I crazy? No, it's not. They just had another ship. Just kidding. Mark of the Beast. True. And you remember that Bill Hicks joke, my daddy died for that flag? Really? I got this one at Kmart. Good one. Trump is creating a private army in his latest executive order. Two weeks ago, I declared a crime emergency in the District of Columbia to address the rampant violence and disorder that have undermined. To address the rampant violence and disorder that have undermined. Would it be has undermined? That have undermined the proper and safe functioning of the federal government and therefore the nation, and that have led to disgraceful conditions in our nation's capital. I like how everything is like an emergency. I feel like that's also like a fascist 101 playbook thing. Like everything is like a catastrophe. Everything is a fucking emergency. The Director of the National Park Service shall, subject to the availability appropriation, hire additional members of the United States Park Police in the District of Columbia to support the policy goals described in Executive Order 1433. The United States Park Police shall ensure enforcement of all law and order. Shall establish an online portal for Americans with law enforcement or other relevant backgrounds and experience to apply to join federal law enforcement entities to support the policy goals described in Executive Order 14333. Each law enforcement agency that is a member of the DC Safe Beautiful Task Force, as well as other relevant components of the Department of Justice, they create and begin training, manning, hiring, and equipping a specialized unit that is dedicated to ensuring public safety and order in the nation's capital that can be deployed whenever the circumstances necessitate and that could be deployed subject to applicable law in other cities where public safety and order has been lost. This is like brown shirt shit or Gestapo. What the fuck? Why? Don't we already have a police force for DC called the Capitol Police? What? Okay. The Secretary of Defense shall immediately begin ensuring that each state's Army, National Guard, and Air National Guard are resourced, trained, organized, and available to assist federal, state, and local law enforcement in quelling civil disturbances and ensuring the public safety and order whenever the circumstances necessitate as appropriate under law. Damn, dude. Are they actually going to try to do the... Are they going to do, like a takeover in the midterms? Like, actually try to fuck with voters and stuff to win in the midterms? Jesus. True. That is true. Can you imagine if Trump dies before Biden? Oh my God. It would just be unbelievable. Holy shit, that would just be the most cinema shit in the universe. Like, Biden literally has fucking cancer. And it was outlived him. That would be fucking... Ooh. What is this? Because Belle Delphine was an age playing... Oh, because they did that Age 3 podcast with Belle. It's okay. Did IRI make it to the Lib and Learn? Actual libbed out podcast? Whoa! Turn your monitors off. Hold on. Technically, this is Lolicon, okay? Be careful.
Boom. Now all of you have seen Lolicon. There it is. There it is. Defend it. Leave my stream right now. Boom. Yep. She's 4. It's drawn. No clothes. Get fucked.
Name the defense.
That's good.
And on the Department of War, how do you plan to do that? It requires an act of Congress to rename the Defense Department to the Department of War.
We're just going to do it. I'm sure Congress will go along if we need that. I don't think we even need that, but if we need that, I'm sure Congress will go along. You know, that was the name when we won World War I, we won World War II, we won everything, and just to me seems like just a much more appropriate. The other is defense is too defensive, and we want to be defensive, but we want to be offensive too if we have to be. So it just sounded to me better, really like a better name. Yeah.
Wait, am I retarded or didn't was the DoD originally called the Department of War when the country was founded? I feel like I remember seeing that. Or am I making that up? Yeah, it was? Okay.
One,
He just said that? Oh, sorry. I was reading chat. My bad.
you know, that was the name when we won World War I, we won World War II, we
Oh, I don't remember when it was renamed to the DoD or Defense Department, but
won everything. And
hold on. What do we got? No, boring. What's up with that obsidian color scheme? I think it looks pretty. I need the wilderness. How mad are you? Be honest, how mad this makes you. Oh my god. Oh. Why do they meow like that? Is it meowing in Japanese? Does it sound different? He's sick? It's Chinese? He smokes 2 packs a day? Okay. If I would actually play this game, how long would it take me to beat it? This Expedition 33 game. $30 hours. That's like 10 streams for me now. This is a fake video.
Whoa. This is Jack. Whoa.
Holy shit, it's Hassan on every interview ever.
Whoa.
Not real. Okay, I think I'll buy this game. Fuck it. We'll play through it. I need a break from politics. Try to think of else. My desk got here today. This is what I was carrying up before stream.
Remy, come. Remy, sit. Speak. Fuck! Good boy.
Good one. Okay. Pearl, jam, pom-pom, filter, pipe cleaner, feathers, fix, tamper, pee, willing, guzzle, mess, lighter, pickle, sad, mothball. Okay, you're in a pickle, you're in a jam, in a mess, he's in a fix. Is that? Okay. Pipe cleaner, feathers, pom-poms, and filters. They all are kind of like have a feeling thing to them. This is not going to be it. Fuck! I don't know why I did that. Things that are in other things. Peas, pearls. The fuck? Tamper. Like mess with something, you can tamper with it? Feathers. Mothball. Pearl. Willing. Sad. Pom-pom. The fuck? Guzzle? I don't know. Mothball. Pearl. Lighter. Oh man, it's gonna be real dumb. I can tell. Something to do with cars or gas or oil? One away. Oh, fuck me. Lighter, guzzle, filter, pipe cleaner. I don't even know what the commonality is. Fuck me, I have no idea. Oh, that wasn't even the right one. Pipe cleaner, filter, lighter. Things that you can use to clean stuff or get rid of stuff, something? No, feather wasn't it. Tamper, willing, mothball. Sad pom-pom, pearl? I have no idea. Small spherical things. A pea, a pearl, pom-pom? Okay. Pipe smoking accessories. Pipe, okay. Tamper? I don't even know what the fuck a tamper is. All right. And then what down might mean. Feathers, guzzle, sad, and willing? Oh my god, seriously? What? All right, let's go. Whew, easy. Boom. 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 What? 5, 10. Oh my god, I went full retard. Okay. What does the equals one mean? They all have to be the same exact number? And doesn't equal means they have to be two different numbers? Easy, okay. Okay. Let's LFG, let's fucking go! Ooh. Okay. Analyzing the matrix, analyzing. Okay, okay. Okay, analyzed. More like analyzed, if you know what I mean. Sorry. Oh man. Okay. It's not looking good, guys. This one's not looking good. Okay. Not good. Okay. Let's really get our noggins jogging. Okay. Let's think about this. I'm liking the threes here. I am liking that. I think. I'm not liking the whatever this is up here though. Okay. No. Okay. Okay. Hold on. This has to be a 6 and a 5, right? Okay. I got it. I'm figuring this out now. Okay, hold on. Oh my god, my brain is it just screwed 12 sizes. I figured it all out. Boom. Hold on. It's this. Boom. Easy. Okay. And now I need a... Boom. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Okay. Okay. And then, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on. And then the one. Watch. 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 Hold on. Stop. Boom. Boom. Oh, fuck. Okay. Let's just think about this guy. I need to get a 4 somewhere. What? Okay. Oh no. Wait, that's not it. It's not it. This isn't it. Wait. Hold on. Oh my god. Hold on. It's... Holy shit. This? Oh my god. Boom. And... Jesus Christ. Less than 5 minutes. 230 IQ. Why? Thanks, Zinc. Okay. Starship takes off in 4 minutes. I don't want to watch. I might jinx it. Thank you.
Oh no, don't woof.
That's my favorite dog in the world, still.
Oh no, don't woof.
Okay, we'll do the time guesser. Holy shit, that's the guy in the Quentin Tarantino movies. Steve, who was a firefighter for New York City, and he saved all the people from 9/11, remember? Fuck, which stupid fucking... Ugh, what fucking flag is this? It's not... Poland is fucking the other colors, right? Oh, yeah. This looks like... These are like the Swede colors, right? But that's not a Swedish flag. What in the fuck is this guy doing? What do these people look like they're from? Three. Why are they doing that? Why are they doing that? I have negative idea. Something Swedish? I don't think so though. There's no shot that this is right. Wait, am I trolling right now? Oh, I'm absolutely trolling. Just kidding. I trolled too hard. But we still got 8,000 for it, okay? We still got 8,000 for it. Krylbo Tran Stockholm. Oh my god. Do you think this is in Stockholm? Okay. They try to reverse it, put for the date, but we're gonna just we're just gonna do every answer to Stockholm. What? It said that looked like a 48. Kind of mirrored. It wasn't Stockholm though. A view of the facade of the Krylbo train station in Sweden. During the same year, a German ammunition train exploded. At the station. Oh, shit. Okay. We got the Africa vibes. Something going on down there. They're not happy. Oh, okay. Okay. That doesn't help me. Damn, look at that. Bag on head walking. Okay. 2001. I'm feeling... Am I getting Somalian pirate vibes? No. Oh. Well, who are the people with the things in their heads? You know what? Right here. Boom. Easy. Got it. Fuck. Chadian. You're a Chadian if you're from the country of Chad? That's kind of based. Refugees crossing the Gweli Bridge from Cameroon back into Chad after about 30,000 fled when clashes erupted between rebels and government forces. Are those the ones that Chase tried to kill for the doctor? Or in the hospital? In-house? Okay. We're on track for a 40K. We just need 2 9.8K guesses in a row. Let's fucking go. Fuck. Oh. Okay. These cars, 70s. We're in Dublin. Dubin out. Boom. 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 Fuck. Oh, we got a good point for that, though. A street scene in Dublin, Ireland during the late 70s. We're not going to get 40K. Fuck. Okay. One more big one. Okay, the cars with these things, these are really old, right? Like 30s or whatever? Some bullshit? 20s, 30s? Is this some World War bullshit? Where are we? What the fuck? Oh, I should probably know for the bullshit. What time period? No, fuck that. No one knows. No one cares. Is this London or America? This stupid shit is always... No, this has to be London. Some World War shit. Which one, though? Is it? Hold on. Fuck. These things are so old. Right? Good luck. I don't actually know. Don't know and I don't care. Fuck. Crowds of people, cars, and horse-drawn wagons gathered in downtown Chicago. Why the fuck were there... I didn't even know we had a Chicago in 1918. Why? What the fuck is this? Chicago? Flags? I thought that they put... Yeah, the British were celebrating us for doing something in World War I. I figured it was that. The fuck is all this bullshit? Horses? We really had that many people wearing hats back then? Unbelievable. It said Chicago twice? Where? Oh, shit. Oh, Chicago. Fuck you. 35K. You know what? We take that. That's a passing score. Okay? Okay. Good night. Be careful. I'll be back tomorrow.